Good day, folks. I always wanted to play with the software SDR transceivers, specifically the HackRF. This is the HackRF 1. I finally got around to getting it. I didn't like the built-in SMA flimsy whip antenna it actually came with, so I put this dual-band UHF VHF ham antenna instead. Does the trick just for experimenting with. And I basically want to experiment with software-defined radio with the transceivers, various modes, interesting, even unique modes. There's all kinds of software out there for it. And here's the little receiver I bought as well on eBay. It's the MSI SDR dongle here, and I don't know if you can see it here in the camera here out of the glare. It's right there. There we go. And I got this on eBay as well, and I'm going to use this for some projects as the receiver. I also have radios I'd like to try and see natively without modifications what we can and can't do. And I'm going to record that and note my progress as well and share this with you folks. And there's probably going to be some mistakes as I experiment, but we're going to learn, and hopefully I'm not going to swear at the software here, because then I'm going to have to cut it out of the video, but that's just a joke. Yeah, so I'm going to show you. So first thing, we're going to see if we could get the software running. If we can, we're going to take it from there. So while we're waiting, I thought we'd play with Alfie. Entertainment at its best. There we go, Alfie.
Let's boot up, buddy. Learning with you is out of this world. Press my head button to play find and seek, or put a card in.
Let's
so
find
we can
the
begin
card.
Learning together.
We'll learn together while we do a long upgrade. Alright, let's put the card in. Wrong way, doofy. There we go.
Letters, letters, letters. I love learning about letter sounds. A sounds like a. Find something that begins with the sound a. Sharp, very sharp.
Oh my goodness, I feel
begins
smart.
with the letter A. This is so fun. Let's keep going. C sounds like K. Find something that begins with the sound K.
Alright, first thing first is the computer that's going to run it all. So I chose this motion computing tablet. Again, treasures on eBay. I don't know if you can see it well here, but here it is. And it's basically a medical tablet, surplus equipment for very cheap on eBay. This is the Motion MC-C5T. It's got basic Windows 7 functionality. Some of them come with Windows 10. I formatted it with Windows 7 because I like Windows 7 much better for playing around with ham radio and whatnot anyways. And on the side here we have a lovely power adapter and a USB port. Lucky us, this will control our SDR. I also have a dock that comes with it, but we probably won't need that right away. So the focus is not so much on the motion tablet, but I thought I'd show it off a little bit because it's got that rugged feature with it. So first thing first, we're going to power this up and hope it starts. Loads Windows 7. Just plugging it in. Alright, so we're going to boot it up for a few seconds. There's the power. Screen is starting here. That's the startup, basically. Windows 7 startup. it's touch, which is nice. And I like the idea that it's a tablet, but it's also a real computer. It's not like a scaled down tableted OS. I know Windows 10 is like hybrid, but I don't like Windows 10. I want a real Windows 7. This is pretty well it. So here we go. Luckily, I have installed some drivers already. You may need to install drivers for this if your computer doesn't recognize it. They are freely available on the internet. It's no big deal to find, no secret. Plug the USB. Alright, USB port right here. Let's see what we get. Alright. So it all lights up, as you can see right here. And we're going to fire up the software. Let's see, we're going to use SDR apps. What are we going to try? We're going to try and transmit right away? I guess so, because we're going to receive with this one here. And we can do receiver projects with this. So let's try program SDR Angel. Okay, so we're going to use software SDR Angel. As I was trying to say, if you know how to mess around with things, good with Linux, it's better to use that. There's software which is bundled with GNU radio. Million features. If you know a little bit of programming, I just want to use Windows because this is the quickest, I find anyways, to get with it. And there is some software that supports it, basic functionalities, which we will experiment with. So SDR Angel for Windows is the one I chose. So we're gonna fire SDR Angel up right now. No, that's SDR Sharp. That's the first mistake, see? I'm not gonna swear, I promise I wasn't. Close. Please close. Okay. SDR Angel. That's more like it. So here's the SDR Angel program starting up. There we go, we have our interface ready to go. So let's try something basic. We already got the HackRF set up, and I want, let's try, first we should set up this HackRF as a transmitter device. So in SDR Angel we're going to go to Device Sets, and we're going to go to Add Sync Device Set. Sampling device controls here on SDR Angel, and I want HackRF. There it is. It's a good sign. Alright, and there's a frequency control there, but I haven't selected any modes yet, so we're going to go into the drop down menu here for HackRF. So as you can see, there's like a bunch of modes, like a lot of them to try just with SDR Angel with Windows. And what you do with those modes is up to you. For example, if I choose the FM modes, I could use virtual audio cable with the FM modulator and use any third-party ham application, whichever mode that supports as a transmitter. So the imagination is the limit, I guess. So let's start with something basic here. I'm going to use wideband FM modulator, and we're going to add that. And here's the controls. There's a bunch of controls, you know, the deviation controls, the bandwidth, volume control of your input ports, supports Morse code, from the program anyways. It's basic, but it works. You can choose an external source for modulation, your sound. Or a tone. It's got a basic tone generator, so right now it's set to 1K. And the frequency is set to 435 megahertz. So I'm going to change that. So we're going to go down here. We're going to press the down button. And now we're down to, I want to hear it at 1 megahertz, which would be the AM broadcast band. Where's my radio? Right here. Here's my radio. And we're going to go on the AM band here. AM band. Okay. Let's go exactly to 1 megahertz. Hopefully there's no skip on it. There's skip on there. Nice, isn't it? Let's see if we can override it. There's 1 megahertz. And I'm going to simply press play on that. I do want the tone. And there we go. I must adjust the power here. Well, you sort of hear it. I don't have an AM antenna on here, but when I get close to it, there's the tone. And I'm going to turn the tone off. So there it is. Lots of interference, but there it is. Alright. So the transmitter function works. Next thing to try here is probably something like some SSTV or something. Okay, so now I'm going to test the SSTV function. I'm just quickly using program SSTV, and I got the transmitter running here. This is on 1 megahertz on AM mode. So we're going to fire off the SSTV just to make sure we hear the audio. I do not have the decoder set up yet. That's another step. So let's see if we can at least hear the SSTV tones. 1, 2, 3, TX. Oh, that's sounding good to me. Sure is. All right, okay. So next step is going to be decoding this. That should be pretty well straightforward. The reverse of this, the receiver, and then virtual audio cable output, and then the SSTV decoder into the virtual sound card. You gotta map your sound devices quickly and then it works. Chain your programs to your virtual cables. Yeah, but that's going through the SSTV just fine. It's kind of ironic I chose 1 megahertz to do this, but it's not half a milliwatt or whatever it is of ERP that we're doing here that's gonna harm anyone, that's for sure. Alright, so I'm gonna stop this now because I know it's working. And as far as a receiver, before we do direct with the SDR receiver, I'd like to try openly with some Android app on my phone just from the loudspeaker to see what we get, just for fun. So that's the next step. Alright, I have an SSTV program in my Android here receiving garbled through the mic. So I'm going to put it right here next to the speaker here. Go like this. And I'm going to transmit the SSTV and see if it's going to get it just like that. I think it's working. It's decoding something. Well, it's not the most clear, but it's getting something. There's the image. Let's see if I can bring it up. Here it is on the phone. Pretty cool, huh? VA3JFL. So we don't even have to plug in the receive for SSTV yet, because we know it works because the phone is getting it. So that's pretty cool. I'm not too sure what frequency to try it on next, but once you do SSTV once, you know it works, right? So that was very interesting. So that was SSTV with the HackRF 1 as a transmitter, SDR Angel as the program that controls it as a transmitter, on AM mode, and I used virtual audio cable to route the audio from the SSTV program into SDR Angel sound card input. You gotta map your ports and the configuration, and that worked just fine. So that's really cool. So next thing, since we're on the AM broadcast band on 1 megahertz, let's see if we can run music on this, like a radio station basically. So I have my stream already playing here, conveniently. Ah, there it is. I don't want to knock copyright here, so we're just going to do it for a few seconds. There it is. So that works. This is just a few milliwatts, and I'm sure it would work around the neighborhood if I were to hook up a wire antenna. I'd actually try that and consider it and take you folks for a range test, but the problem with that is we're getting like in the middle of winter here and there's like a snowstorm slash blizzard going on right now. A lot of wind, a lot of snow, ice. Not only would I look silly with a radio out there in the neighborhood, but it's just too cold for me, and when you're holding electronics in the snow and the ice, it's almost like the rain, not very convenient. So that's gonna have to wait, maybe for another video in the spring, which is gonna be like months from now, but one thing at a time. This works well. So now for some more interesting modes. I am thinking FM. Okay, if we already know we can do AM, we can do FM. So the whole idea of going on the FM band and playing music seems kind of boring when we already know it's going to work. So again, that would be fun to test the range. I have an idea how much a few milliwatts will get me on FM around here, but it's still fun to do the test. But again, it has to be done on a nice day, so I'm going to reserve that for another video, another nice day. And yeah, something I always wanted to do, narrowband television and wideband television. Yeah, that seems cool. Analog first anyways. I've got a little handheld TV I can test with. The HackRF one will transmit on the TV frequencies, obviously. Well, the analog frequencies. So I'm going to try channel 6, which is like 87.7 or something like that. I'm going to have to look it up just to make sure. Set the SDR angel at that frequency and see if we can send analog video. And then from there shift to interesting frequencies like maybe the ham bands, HF. I don't see people doing video on HF very often on YouTube, so that's maybe something a little unique to try. And then I would try with the narrowband on HF first and then work my way up to the regular wideband, if that's what you want to call it, television or fast scan, whatever, and see how well that works. I plan on doing just video for now. There's a few Linux programs, if I can load a Linux USB live and run it, which offers basically audio and video functionality. Again, maybe on another day. But the next thing I'd like to do is video. So we're going to experiment with that next. So I guess just still video. I got my little SSTV here I can use. I can save that video or whatever. I mean snapshot. But here it is. The SSTV program I used to send that image to my cell phone over the radio. Alright, next thing to try. Television. Never done television. Never done television in my whole life. This will be very interesting. Alright. And SDR Angel has a bunch of TV settings. Well, they call it ATV. And unfortunately it's just black and white, but it's enough to test for now. There's a much better version for Linux, HackTV, which supports audio and color. But for now, I decided to choose channel 14 because I have an antenna which is UHF, and that's the closest for 471.250. So I got the portable TV in my hands and I have an image loaded. and I got the power set to 0 dB, and I'm going to show you. You can see in here, there's the image that I'm transmitting, just an image of me, and it's not bad range for 0. So I'm gonna bring the power up and see how far we can go in the house. Alright, so now I'm transmitting a still image with SDR Angel on 175.25, which is channel 7 on analog television, and I'm just transmitting a still image right now, and I have it here on the portable television. It's just an image of me, and one thing I noticed is it's flickering a lot. You can even see it on the chart here. It's jittery on this little tablet. It's Windows 7, and I guess the core right here, i5, is just not enough for it. So future experiments with a better computer from now on, but for now, I just want to test the range here with a portable television. Here's the still image, and I just want to walk around here and see if it works well around the house, you know. So far it's a solid signal, and I only have, you know, the handheld here. Still solid signal. So now I'm in the far room, and there's still, that's the window outside, and I still have perfect signal. And that's just the, so I cover all the rooms with just the HackRF. This is my, I'm trying to keep the lights off to try and not, but there it is. Window outside. And now we're back in my living room here. No problem. Now back into the kitchen where the HackRF is running right here. So right now I'm just downloading the SDR Play software because I got this, the little this SDR adapter here that's connected. This is going to be the receiver for the television on the ham channels, and I've got the program running on the computer here, and we're going to set up the HackRF on this one here, and I'm just waiting, and we're going to install. Hopefully this is going to go well. Let's see, SDR Play, SDR. Alright. Hopefully the setup is going to go well. So now I've got all the narrowband television softwares here conveniently put on my thumb drive. I'll have a download link for this stuff if it interests you later on. But for now we're gonna plug this in and hopefully it's gonna work. Alright, let's find the dock right here. Plug it in. Alright, installing. Alright. 175.75. How convenient. Isn't that channel... No, 177.75, channel 7. That was close. Alright, so let's go play. That's a good sign. So this is the software, SDR Uno, and I'm just trying it out basically for the first time. And the whole idea is we're going to tune into the HackRF signal with this one from the other computer, and we're going to start decoding some television on the ham bands or other frequencies. Alright. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to route the audio to virtual audio cables so that our TV applications can decode the videos. So for simplicity, I think I'm just going to transmit a still image file, a Windows logo or something. And I have it connected to the big screen here. So for convenience, I'll be able to show how it looks like on the big screen. So here it is, the HackRF 1 as a transmitter with Windows right now, and it's set to AM mode on 1.12 megahertz, so the AM band, and this is just the narrow band television program playing an output to the sound card, which is directed with virtual audio cable into the SDR Angel application, modulating in AM right now. And I've got the dongle, the MSI SDR on the other computer here with SDR Uno software, and it's tuned into 1.12, and you can hear it in the background. And here's the live video that it's right now. It's just a GIF animation just to do a basic test, and I've got it on the television here for I can see it bigger. This is how it's looking on the TV screen, which is pretty cool considering this is on AM right now. So I can choose any frequency, ham bands as well. And this is the SDR Uno program. I hope you enjoy so far. So next, I'm not sure what to try. Other hand bands. Again, I'd like to go and do some range tests one of these days. Connect a wire antenna or something. I know there's not a lot of power with the HackRF, but it'd be interesting to see. It's just too cold again. Right now it's like minus 25 here, so I'm not going outside with equipment anytime soon. I just like looking at this television on the AM broadcast band, analog. Alright, it looks like it works better in FM mode with the HackRF anyways for sending the narrowband television signals. And here's the HackRF transmitting, and here's the dongle here receiving on the other computer, and it's working pretty good. I should actually take and move it around here, and I can still get the animation. It's just an animation I got playing, and it doesn't really, there's on the big screen here, and I'm holding it. And let's see, I can try myself. Okay. So here it is on the big screen on 7.117 for now, and you can see as I move around the dongle here, signal changes a little bit. But as soon as we get a clear signal, let's actually move this. It's much better performance on FM mode anyways. So for those who are wondering what it sounds like, here I am receiving the television signal on the 7.117, and here's the waveform here, and there's the signal levels, and this is what it looks like live. There's a bit of jitter because this tablet computer here, CPU, is working very hard with the virtual audio cable, so there's a little jitter once in a while. I'm gonna try with a better computer, but for now this works for a good test and listen to the sound. I'm gonna try and bring it up so you can hear it. I'm gonna bring the speaker volume up. So this is how it sounds like over the air. So here it is.